The movie opens with a 30-year-old woman named Andy, who works as a 911 dispatcher for the police department. After her shift, Andy returns home to Belle Isle, Georgia, where she lives with her mother, Laura Oliver, a speech therapist for veterans and a cancer survivor. At home, Laura invites Andy to lunch to celebrate her 30th birthday. At the restaurant, Laura advises Andy to go back to school and pursue her degree if she's feeling bored at work, encouraging her not to waste another year. Andy, who had come in her police uniform, rejects her mother's suggestion, insisting that she's content with her current life. She then questions Laura about why she doesn't remember anything about her late father. In response, Laura encourages her to speak with a therapist to help her make meaningful decisions. Laura becomes curious about a man at a distant table who keeps staring at them and asks Andy if she knows him. As they are talking, one of Laura's friends arrives with her daughter, Shelley. Feeling uncomfortable with the conversation, Andy excuses herself to go to the bathroom. On her way, she passes a man who suddenly pulls out a gun and aims at Shelley and her mother, Laura's friend, causing chaos in the restaurant as everyone dives for cover under the tables. Laura suddenly rushes to pull a frozen Andy down, shielding her from the gunfire. As the shooter moves around, he notices a man trying to call the police and shoots him as well. Spotting Andy's police uniform, the shooter turns to her, aims his gun at her, and orders her to stand up. He then demands to know the whereabouts of her police weapon. Laura stands up and tells the shooter that Andy is not a cop and doesn't have a gun. She explains that Andy is just a police phone operator and pleads with him to calm down and spare her daughter's life. The shooter becomes furious and agitated as he approaches to shoot Andy. In a sudden move, Laura shifts and pushes his gun away, causing a stray bullet to fire. The man then pulls out a pocket knife to stab Laura, but she blocks it with her palm. Laura seizes the moment and turns the knife, slashing the shooter's throat, leaving him gasping for breath on the floor. Moments later, paramedics arrive and rush Laura to the hospital. Gordon Oliver, Andy's stepfather, informs her that Laura is still waiting to see a plastic surgeon. While at the hospital, Laura learns that she has gone viral on social media for stopping the active shooter, but she doesn't seem impressed. Back with Andy and her stepfather Gordon, Police Detective Wilson and his partner Charles arrive to ask them some questions regarding the Belle Isle shooting. They question Laura about what happened, but she is hesitant to provide much information. The detective then asks if she recognized the shooter and reveals that his name was Jonah Elsinger. He had broken up with Shelley, the young woman he shot 3 weeks earlier, and apparently didn't take it well. The detective then shows Andy a video of her mother, Laura, slitting the shooter's throat and asks if her mother had ever served in the military. At that moment, Laura comes out of the surgery room, but is hesitant to speak with the police. She asks Gordon to take her home. Later, as Andy stands outside the hospital, frustrated by the viral video of her mother, Laura approaches and tells her not to come back home, insisting that she needs to move out. Shocked, Andy tries to explain herself, but Laura firmly tells her to start acting like an adult and to move out that very night. That night, as news of Laura's heroic act spreads, an anonymous man makes a phone call, warning someone about an impending problem. Back at home, Andy offers to make coffee for Laura, but she refuses and insists that Andy pack her things and leave. Overwhelmed, Andy runs to the bathroom and throws up, haunted by memories of the restaurant shooting. Laura then asks Gordon to take Andy with him. She also reveals to Gordon that she had sensed the shooter was going to do something, just by looking into his eyes. Gordon praises Laura for stopping the shooter and advises her to get some rest. Meanwhile, a restless Andy browses social media, reading various comments about her mother's viral video. Later, Gordon tries to comfort her by toasting to her birthday. Andy opens up about her frustration over not doing anything during the incident at the restaurant. She tells Gordon that she saw what her mother didn't, yet it still doesn't feel real. She also wonders why Laura is suddenly kicking her out of the house. Gordon replies that the most important thing is that she survived, and he invites her to stay with him for the night. Andy asks for some time to pack her things and says she'll ride over on her bike. Later that night, Andy is awakened by rumbling thunder. She packs her belongings into a backpack and heads to the garage to get her bike. While searching for the keys, she notices a strange man peering into the garage, prompting her to quickly hide. Moments later, she hears the man breaking into the main house. Worried and scared for her mother, she freezes in fear. Andy sneaks inside to check on her mother. Once inside, she finds Laura tied to a chair, being suffocated with a plastic bag by the hooded intruder. Andy quickly texts the police and strikes the man from behind with a lampstand. A struggle ensues over the gun, but Andy bravely hits the man on the head again, causing him to fall and fatally hit his head on a sharp piece of metal. Shocked by what she had done, Andy freezes in tears. She tells Laura that she texted the police, then quickly uses scissors to untie her. Laura instructs Andy to check the man's pockets. She then gives Andy another phone along with some money and tells her to find the intruder's car and drive to Carrollton. Laura tells Andy that in Carrollton, she will find a storage facility called Get 'em Go and should look for Unit 320. Inside the unit, Andy will find a car she can use to head north to Maine. Laura instructs her to get a motel in Camden and stay there. She firmly warns Andy not to talk to anyone. No calls, no texting, not even to Gordon. She also tells her not to use the car's GPS and not to reveal her location to anyone until she hears Laura's voice on the phone. Andy follows the instructions and rushes to find the car. As she drives away, she notices the police arriving at their home. That's the end of the first episode. Check back for more episodes. Thanks for watching.